Bo. This is Tony Justice, and we are in his trailer right now at the Guilty by Association Truck Show at the Four State Trucks in Joplin, Missouri. Tony, I have been following you on Facebook for quite a while. Been following your music. I'm a big fan. Grew up loving trucks, wanting to be a truck driver, and I just love the old ways and the brotherhood of the truckers.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that there's still some of that out there. Life took me a different way, but I still get to play with them kind of behind the scenes as far as getting them out of the repair shops. But it's good to see the communication with you and all your truck driver family. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time to meet with us.
Awesome.
So I've got...
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. We do, as all of you know, we do a lot of miscellaneous things for road trips. We kind of tend to stick to the back roads and we cruise the highways too. And always, try to flash the lights and let them over and try to watch it from the trucker's perspective too, because you guys have a lot of stress out there on the road. So I have just a few questions. We'll try to keep it brief. But I wanted everyone that is in our channel to be familiar with your channel.
Okay.
So can you give us just kind of a quick background? I heard you talk a little bit about your brothers. What's your background upbringing as far as getting the truck?
Yeah, so I was raised up in a trucking family. My dad drove trucks. I was moved from California when I was 3 years old to East Kentucky, and my dad got in the coal business. We grew up, went from Hollywood to the Appalachian Mountains, so it was a culture shock. But luckily, I was young and don't remember much of it. So my dad ended up buying 3 coal trucks. I had 3 older brothers growing up, so our chores on the weekends, he's in and out of them coal mines. And it was either dusty or muddy, one of the two. And he was very particular about his trucks. So I keep them really clean and greased more than most trucks because of the dust and everything. So that was our chores on the week. Every week, we had 3 trucks we had to service and get cleaned up, and then we could go fishing, ride our bikes, go shoot our BB guns, So I grew up around it my whole entire life. My dad drove. I had 5 uncles. Out of the 5 uncles, 4 of them I also drove. 2 of them drove for my dad. And so it's just, I don't never remember trucking not being a part of my life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you actually been driving?
I started driving in 2000. I've been driving 21 years. So January will be 22. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing music? Which came first?
I've been doing music since I started playing bass guitar when I was 6 years old. My dad was a trucker, and my mom was just an amazing singer, and she sang gospel music. And we would travel with her little group to different churches to singings, and I learned to play bass guitar. And so I was always kind of a funny story. Too embarrassed to stand up there and play where everybody could see me. I'd hide behind the piano and mom would play the bass. So I've been around, just like trucking. I don't remember music not being a part of my life because of my mom and playing the gospel music. That's definitely where I kept my teeth at. And, when I turned 21, there for a while I got away from it in high school, but I dropped out of high school. My senior year, I wanted to be Dale Earnhardt. Went and built a dirt track car, raced cars for a few years. When I was 21, I was fiddling around with my music a little bit, started writing songs, and Mom, of course, she didn't like me racing. Mom didn't like when boys race. She's like, if you'll sell your car and your trailer and give your music a year, if it doesn't do anything, I'll buy it all back. Well, that was 30 years ago almost, so we've been doing it ever since.
Good. You write a lot of your own songs. You do a lot of your writing on the road? Is that
I do probably 98% of my writing while I'm going down the road. You hear some cool things on the CB. You meet a lot of great people out here on the road. You meet some not so great people on the road. You see some beautiful scenery, sunsets. I always like to say that there's around every corner there's something that'll inspire you, inspiration around every corner if you just look for it. So I just started writing about what I do, and just turns out there's a lot of people that do what I do that relate to my music. So it just kind of caught on.
So you have a truck named Purgatory.
Yep.
Let me on Purgatory. Fill an audience.
Okay. Purgatory is a 2006 Peterbilt 379. It's got a 600 cat in it, 18 speed, and I think my truck's probably more well known than I am. Everybody loves the truck, but it's nothing special. No big show truck, but we keep it clean. We take a lot of pride in it. And I've been driving it been in it for 10 years now, and she's my baby. You know, we got a good relationship. She's took care of me for a lot of miles. I took care of her.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say, being here after seeing following you on Facebook, social media, seeing the truck is kind of the same feeling as meeting you. It's kind of like meeting
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of people today just taking pictures. I guess he's signed little Purgatory's over, signing autographs there. Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
Pretty neat deal to have, you know, people recognize the truck that way.
I think I've seen you about 50 pictures of people in front of it. So
Yeah.
that's good. Are there any challenges of remaining a full-time truck driver as well as being an artist? Do you have any delays with people? I mean, are there any challenges to doing both, balancing schedules?
Yeah, it's you know, I have a great boss. It would be impossible without him. But number one, it lets me take off anytime I need to go do shows, record, do videos. And then my wife works her butt off. She works full-time at the label now, so that lets me be gone, you know, 4 or 5 days a week. Like the way we run, I'm home every weekend. You know, we run 3,500 and 2,500 a week, depending on what load you get. So it works out. It's you know, so far it has its moments where it's overwhelming. And sometimes the music slows down. We go through the winter. We don't do a lot of shows, so I got a paycheck.
So a few road trips, even though we know that the truck driving you're out working, so the road trip side doesn't always fall into it because you may not get to see everything because you're focused on the white line, not so much what's around you.
Yeah.
But are there any roads, or do you have like a favorite road or favorite drive?
My favorite drive that I've driven, and maybe it was just the color of the sunset that day, but it was coming out of Flagstaff, going down 17 to Phoenix. You're coming off that plateau,
Yeah.
and looking down. It just, to me, it was one of them stellar blue sky days with big white puffy clouds. And the reflection, you can see the sky and the hood, the clouds, just looking up here. So yeah, it was a great ride. That's probably one of my favorite trips of the highway.
That is amazing. What are your thoughts on the show so far? Looks like we got a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, G-Batch is great. They've been for 2 years. They've had to cancel because of COVID, you know. So this year they just decided to do it, and here we are. And man, the crowd's great. The trucks, I mean, they're close to 1,000 trucks.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
have
an
300 or
amazing
more in the
turnout.
convoy. So raising money for a great cause. Ryan Martin and his family, Bryce, Ryan, all the crew here do an amazing job. And just to be a part of it's a big honor.
Yeah, it's an amazing turnout. New trucks, old trucks, it's all good. We have a snack question. Do you have any favorite road snack? Are you a turkey guy, a gummy guy?
Yeah, I like it. I'm an old trapper, original beef turkey guy, and eat a lot of sunflower seeds.
Well, being
Kinda
fancy,
good.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So. Do you have anything as far as sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man, we're blessed to have some great sponsors. You know, the folks from TBS sponsored the last 18 Years to Life album. It wouldn't have been possible without them. Patty Jane with DPF for Generation has been sponsoring me ever since the Brothers of the Highway days, and they wouldn't be possible to do all the stuff we do without them. But of course, the Roadworks, they've been having us after these shows, you know, so we can come do acoustic shows. Sometimes we have the full band, so they've been awesome to have on board. And Bull Snot is, you know, the visible window cleaner and the deodorizer, tire shine, awesome product. So it's good to have those kind of sponsors behind you who are truly passionate about the industry. They're not just trying to make a buck off the truck. And they have great products. So we've got a host of sponsors we've had, you know, down through the years. They make it very possible, you know, between them and God and all the people who support what I do. It's a sink or swim industry, and you know, music is, and we found a way to tread water somehow. So we feel very, very blessed.
Good. And that's one thing I appreciate you. I see you get that vibe from following you, meeting you. I feel that much more. You're just a good guy. You got a good, great family.
Yes.
You're living for the right reasons. You're paying your dues and giving respect where it should be. So before we wrap up, I want to show off some of the merch that I got.
Yeah.
So you got multiple CDs out. This is the one that I picked up.
That's my 4th album, actually. I've done it, and we got to do an 18 Years to Life, which is out right now.
Yeah, I was out looking at all the CDs weighing and looking at the backs on which one that I want.
Yeah.
Picked up. It's got a Christmas album.
Yes, sir.
And we got some stickers. I got one for my Chico's car lift and
Yeah.
one for my pickup. And my mother's actually fighting stage 4 breast cancer.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know.
Yeah, and all this is available on my website at TonyJusticeMusic.com, and the pink, war paint decal is actually $5 of the proceeds of that goes to Susan G. Coleman to help raise awareness and money for those guys. So, yeah, it's a good cause, having a good cause, get a cool sticker.
Absolutely.
Everybody's happy.
I know I am. So, well, Tony, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one. We'll pick you
God
up
bless
soon.
Freedom, their best friend, brothers of the highway, children of the wind. Go to the middle, try to outrun the rain. And stop, truck stop talking, running through the pain. This world burns, raging will thank God we can get all brothers of the highway. Children of sweet, empty road, diesel, high ship, road out here. Still ain't no setting sun, freedom there best free, brothers of the highway. Children of sweet.